How's it going, guys? Ryan Person Outdoors here, coming back at you with a little ice fishing tips. We're going to talk about jigging today, just kind of your basic panfish jigging, small bass. So to get started, we'll get started talking about just basic jigs that I use. Just a little PLINE tackle box full. I like these little insect looking jigs. They've got like a 32nd ounce or 1/64th ounce head. The other thing that I use predominantly is little tungsten jigs, kind of like that. But I keep it super simple. I've got all kinds of fancy buckshot spoons and Swedish pencils and stuff like that, some forage minnows. But really, my favorites are the tungsten ice jigs. We'll run through setups here in a second. But with the tungsten ice jigs, I like plastics or Gulp or night crawlers, wax worms. These are Berkley Gulp wax worms. And these are Eurotackle Stoneflies. Really good baits. Nice thing about plastics is they last a long time. The other thing I like to use is this Berkley Gulp brown earthworms. You can just take them and pinch little pieces off and put those on your jigs. I mean, a tub will last you an entire season if you're somewhere really cold. For us, a quarter of a tub lasts me like 3 or 4 weeks, and that's our entire ice season. Something I've really been playing with are these little plastics by Impulse. They almost look like those jacks from when you were a kid. But like I said, super simple. Don't need a lot of plastics. I mean, those 4 things I just showed you will cover you, as well as your night crawlers and live wax worms. But talking about jigs, this is a Cabelas ultralight ice fishing rod. I like the orange tip for feeling light bites. But this one's just a little tungsten jig with a stonefly on it. I like the orange and whites, chartreuse and whites, pink and whites. This is one of my favorites. It's got a little Gulp wax worm on it, but that one's pink and white. Also on a Cabelas ultralight orange tip rod. I like using 6 pound just for the occasional bass, but if you're on a real finicky bite, you can drop down to 2 or 4. My next go-to bait, my buddy Dane showed me this one. That would be a Eurotackle Z-Vibe. It's just a little lipless, single hook, got a weight there in the middle of it. Tip it with some wax worms, some night crawler. And this one normally will generate better sized fish, whether you're on bluegill or on crappie or on bass. You generally get bigger bites than you would say on a tungsten. Following that up, this was my first ice fishing bait. I used it religiously. That's just a Daredevle 1/64th ounce spoon. I tipped that with some live bait. But really simple. I mean, you could get away with going ice fishing with $10 worth of stuff. Rods, these are $30 at Bass Pro and Cabelas. So it's not super expensive. It's super basic, and you'll catch a lot of fish on these things. Remember, small baits. These are some cool ones that my buddy Dane bought for me. But anything you would use for panfish, micro fishing, will work for ice fishing. You don't have to go buy the specific stuff. I mean, those Daredevle spoons are made for fishing trout and streams. So super simple. Thanks for tuning in to Ryan Person Outdoors. Hopefully these jigging tips will get you on some more fish in the ice. I appreciate you watching. Thank you so much.